good morning. So, marathon training, week 2, day 2, long run. So today it is 12 miles. Just gonna come to a stop in a minute. So, yesterday was base layer, 3 miles, today 12. So not only am I on a 12-mile run, I'm testing out camera angles. Going portrait last week, trying landscape to see if it makes a difference when I upload it to YouTube. As you can see, I've got a collar, got a freaking coat on. The weather is abysmal. Now it's the real test. I've just left my house. That was my little warm-up run that I was doing when I started, just to get my legs moving. It is pissing down. So I've got this coat on to kind of try and keep me dry to start with. I have run half marathon in pretty horrific weather before now. But when you're not actually racing, it's not as much fun and it doesn't make you want to do it. Anyhow, if I get too hot later on, I'll take the coat off and I'll run in a t-shirt. And if it gets too wet and too horrible, then I will take the decision and I will abandon the run. I mean, it's only week 2, it's only a training run. I'm not getting the medal for this, I'm not getting the t-shirt. I'm doing it for me, I'm doing it for the long haul. So yeah, I will abandon if necessary. And at the moment, I feel like abandoned already, it's miserable. So anyway, my legs are moving now, my heart rate is up, so I'm gonna get on with a run and I might check up with you somewhere in the middle of the run. So, I am now 6 miles in, so I'm halfway through today's run. I had to stop to take all this off, so I thought I'd talk to you while I stop. Okay, so fueling. I usually fuel on 6 miles when I do a long run. Here it is, if I can find it. I don't know what I've done with it. I have so many pockets in this bag, it's such a good bag. Here it is now. I showed you one of these the other day. Now I've done this while I've stopped because they're only a tear, but when you're running, these things can be impossible to open. Now, if anyone that runs knows they are so difficult. So I'll just stick that back in my bag, don't want to litter. That's it, gone. That's all it is. It is 30 grams, I believe, of energy. 60 mils. So it's about 60 grams there or thereabouts. Now that should last an hour. And I've got an hour left of my run. However, I am going to try having a couple more. I wonder if I'm not quite taking enough as I run. It slows me down a little. Your body actually has enough energy and glycogen. If you're fueled properly, hang on, leading up to your run through your week, your body has enough energy, glycogen stores for an hour to an hour and a half worth of running, hence training. So one of them just replenishes your stores. You'll see a lot of marathon runners and half marathons taking sweets and things like that. It's just to get a little bit of sugar in, up the glycogen stores to give you the energy to continue your run. I'm just going to wash it down with water because they are sticky in your throat, which is why you have to test these things on your training runs. If you go out and try taking some of these on a marathon, you can end up in a toilet. Some of them got caffeine in them, some have got diuretics in them, they upset your stomach, so always do it beforehand. Okay, right, drink back in my bag, that will do me for the rest of the day. You only need a couple of sips, otherwise it runs in your body. So today's shirt, look, Flow & Co, that is my running team, and the slogan, the body will only do what the mind will let it. That is my mantra. This up here will go before my body does. I know my body can do a marathon. It's this that I've got to train to make sure that it doesn't give up. Anyway, back on with a run for a cool down. Catch you later. So that's it. The 12 miles is done. As you can tell by my breathing, I'm feeling really good, really comfortable. glad that's in the bag. It was sub 2 hours. So now, just jogging down to a really slow march, just a trot, and then I'll grab myself coffee and biscuits, then home for breakfast. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Let's see if we can get a little following going, because you never know who's watching, you never know who needs motivation, and we never know who needs some inspiration and even some tips on what they should be doing for a marathon. So this is my post-run breakfast fuel. 50 grams of oats, 100 mils of almond milk left overnight, then microwaved. I'm going to add a scoop of protein powder, 1 banana, 75 mils of fat-free Greek yogurt, and a bowl of blueberries. There it is. None of my food ever looks glamorous. I don't go for the look of food, I go for what's in it. And this is 680 calories. But more importantly, it's got 88 grams of carbohydrates to replace all the glycogen that I've used on my run, and 46 grams of protein. So that will set me up to recover well. So this is my lunch. 2 bagel, bit of tomato sauce, 3 eggs scrambled. Once again, not worried about what it looks like, but it's full of protein and full of carbs. So this is another one of my go-to snacks. I have it this time of night at work. Look at it, 22 grams of protein. Look at that, beautiful. Only 164 calories as well. So one of them, and they're about 75p from Aldi, cheap as chips. If you can get the salted caramel ones, they, in my opinion, are the best. In case you're thinking FK is clean, I have some rainbow cookies to have in my coffee later. Now the problem that most runners have is they run and then they eat cake. But what they don't realise is they overeat and put on excess calories. Okay, so this is my dinner, cottage pie, except I put my own twist on it. I use extra lean turkey mince and I use baked beans. There is actually 200 grams of turkey mince, 200 grams of potatoes, a third of a tin of beans, 30 grams of cheese, plus my gravy. I have to have it like this because I'm at work and it's all microwavable. But the great thing about this meal is it's filling. It's a huge 70 grams of protein, 67 grams of carbohydrates, and it goes down an absolute treat. So my final meal of the day, 100 mils of almond milk boiled in the microwave, 3 Weetabix and a scoop of protein powder, which brings my daily totals up to 2,250 calories, 170 grams of protein and 259 grams of carbohydrates. All ready, all recovered, all refreshed to go again tomorrow if I need be. Good morning everyone. So it is week 2, day 4. I did base run 3 miles Monday. I did a long run 12 miles Tuesday. Yesterday was my rest day, but I ended up finding myself in the gym doing just a light workout. I didn't go too heavy because obviously your body needs to rest, your body needs to recover. However, I don't do sitting around, I don't do rest days, I don't do just lying about doing nothing. I had to go out and do something, so I went to the gym. Today is a 6 mile, or as we say 10k. Starting my day with a nice cup of coffee and my usual 2 digestive biscuits. That is my fuel before I run. No matter what I run, I always tend to run on that, and that is my daily routine. I don't eat breakfast till about 1 o'clock. I get my morning out of the way and then I eat. I say 1 o'clock, sometimes it's a bit earlier. Today will probably be around 1. Time I run, have a rest, get a coffee, come home again, I'll eat then. But that's fine for me. I can get away with that because I fuel properly through the week. Now, usual thing, got my trainers ready to go on, pair of Nikes, standard trainer. They won't be my running trainers for the marathon. Hopefully, birthday on Monday, I'm getting a new pair. I know I'm getting a new pair of trainers because I bought them.
So they will be my marathon trainers, and I will wear them towards the end of my training just to break them in a bit. A, so I don't wear them too much. B, to make sure that they don't cause me any grief. If I start wearing them on Monday when I get them, they're going to be ruined. And also, I could turn the ankles, I could unbalance them ready for the run. So I just want to break them in slowly and gently. So the last few weeks is when I'll start to wear them more and more. Anyway, legs don't feel too bad after the 12 miles on Tuesday. The issue I have is my knees. Now, I've had operations and I get osteoarthritis in my knees, so they swell up a bit, and when I'm in bed at night I lean on them and they ache. They have this throbbing aching pain, but I have to be grateful that I have still got my knees in working order and I can still do the things that I do. Anyway, that's 2.5 minutes of waffle, giving you a little update on what I'm about to do today. I've been outside and it is raining and it is cold, so I'm going to nip upstairs and grab my jacket before I run. I'm not going out in just a t-shirt because I'll get soaking wet. When I go for coffee, I'll sit wet. So I'm going to take a jacket, keep me as dry as possible. The last thing I want to do is interrupt my training by getting ill by being brave. Right, I'll catch you on the run.
So, I've left the house, and as you can see by the surroundings, it's pretty damp, pretty raining, hence having my old football jacket on. It doesn't really keep me that dry. It's not waterproof, it's just a shower jacket, but it will do just to keep me for the first 3 or 4 miles. The last 2 don't matter because you'll already be wet. Race days and park run days, running in the rain doesn't matter, but when you're just out training, it's a lot harder to do it, and you don't have a lot of motivation to keep going when you get pissing wet. So that's what makes rain so difficult for running. Although it is an ideal temperature, the rain keeps you cool. It's never any fun. Okay, that's it for me. I'll check back in a bit later, maybe when I've finished, tell you how I'm feeling. Here we are again, so 4.5 miles in. As you can see, the jacket has come off, the rain stopped, I again started overheating, so it's tied around my waist. Been listening to a podcast, Peter Crouch podcast, got about 7 minutes left. Not feeling this run today at all. A little bit bored. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit thirsty. Now, if I was in a race, 10k, I would fuel up on the way because they'd have drinks for you. But I don't like carrying stuff, fucking help it. Anything less than a 10k, I won't carry, and I won't refuel. I could do 10k without any water or any fuel. Longer than that, I would think about water, whether carrying in a bag or whether stopping at a shop and grabbing a bottle while I'm out and about on my route, just to rehydrate, stop me getting headaches, a bit more energy, keeps you fresh. So I literally got about a mile left, then I can have coffee, and I always have a couple of glasses of water with my coffee. So another day done. Tomorrow is cross training, which is doing a different kind of exercise. So riding a bike, rowing. I'm going to do gym, lifting weights. So that'll be my cross training. And then Saturday's a 6 mile run. But as I do a park run with my grandson, we do 3. I'll probably just leave it at 3 this week. I'll be 3 miles short, but it's not an issue this time, purely because I'm about 12 weeks out still, so nearer the time, I'll have to stick to it regimented. Okay, right, I'm running along the road, so I'm going to cut you off. Catch you next week. Okay guys, I am back. I know I said I'll see you next week, but I finished my run, and I've actually finished it only a minute outside my PB, which was set about 5 years ago. So all this extra running, all this extra training is obviously paying dividends. My planned time was 1 hour 7, and I was well ahead of that. So that's something I have to be careful of going forward, is I'm not overrunning myself and burning myself out too early on in my training. But I was so happy with my time, especially with stopping, doing a couple of videos and taking my coat off and that. Yeah, pretty good. So I will definitely leave it until I see you again for week 3. Good morning. So back on my vlog, marathon training week 2, day 5. So far this week I have covered the 24 miles, 2 training sessions in the gym. Today's supposed to be a 6 miler, but as I'm doing parkrun with grandson Hugo, there he is, give us a wave. I've done about a half-mile run to the parkrun, seems to be parked miles away. 3 miles, so I'll be about 2.5 miles short, but it's very heavy ground running around a park, so the extra effort in the legs will make up for the mileage. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it. We're running at a pace around 31 minutes for the 5k, so nice and steady recovery run. Right, that's it for the week. I'll come back and I'll catch you next week. And I'll drop